Hey everybody, welcome back to Blue Collar Whiskey Drinkers. I'm Cody,
I'm Robbie.
and on this episode, we're doing Sacred Stave. So this is it's also called SanTan Spirits, but that's kind of what it looks like, everybody. So this
Yeah.
is their rye, and it's aged in Madeira cast finish. So they do an extra age on this one with that. Pretty cool.
Yeah.
Um, I had the pleasure of going to SanTan Spirits in Arizona when I was out there visiting Ben about a year ago or so, maybe longer. I don't know. Um, but yeah, I brought back a couple of their bottles, the rye and the bourbon, and got Robbie a couple bottles. So that was
Yeah.
cool. I'm excited, man. I haven't had this since I was at the distillery, so I don't remember what it tastes like, and I just cracked it open so tonight. So
Yeah. So mine's actually been open, gosh, almost a year, 10 months, I guess, almost.
is it that long now?
Um, yeah, because you gave it to me for your wedding, and I
Oh,
opened it
that was
up
a good time.
around the holidays.
Yeah.
Um, but not very much is gone. I just had a little glass. Actually, I had a little glass for myself, and then I made a Manhattan out of it.
Oh, okay. How was
Yeah.
that?
It was good. I made it for Jalen's girlfriend at the time, so
Oh, cool.
she said she liked it.
Right on, right on.
So,
So yeah, I figured I'd just pour it. It's got a nice color to it.
oh
It's good. It's
yeah,
pretty dark.
I was gonna say the smell's also really nice.
Oh yeah, it
Mine could
just
be a.
it could be
I was
far away and you could smell it.
yeah. Okay, good. I'm glad you could smell it. I was gonna say maybe mine's just enhanced a little bit from being open so long, but it
Oh
definitely
yeah,
has a great smell.
it's a good smell. It's almost like perfumey though.
It is kind of perfumey.
Like
Has that yeah.
what do you think? Like, it's not like a super bad perfumey, but it's like uh
Well, yeah, it's like a yeah, it's not the
medicinally
super.
like a
Well, it's almost like an old perfume, like
yeah, yeah,
an
yeah, yeah.
older, not like
Hmm.
the stuff you'd walk into Dillard's or Abercrombie and smell that stupid shit.
So I wonder
But
if that's the Madeira cast finish coming
yeah,
through.
so
It's got a little bit of base baking spice. You get a little hints of that, the rye, and then
yeah.
maybe a little of the oak that they say on the palate, or on the nose, sorry. Um,
Um,
so
did you
this
go
bottle,
over? I was
yeah,
gonna say,
no. So for everybody, the kind of average price for this bottle, I think at the distillery I paid like $32 for a 750, milliliter bottle. So not bad, pretty good price for a rye, especially ryes are
yeah,
typically a little bit more than bourbons even. So not bad price. And then the category it falls in, it's the 2.3 category for the blue collar categories. And then we have it's a 90 proof. So, 45% alcohol. Now, I tried to look the year, how long they age it for. They didn't have a lot of information on their website, but I kind of vaguely remember them saying they age it for a year and maybe a little extra with the finishing that they do on it. Um, but I wouldn't quote me on that. I don't know for sure. I couldn't get exact dates, or like how
yeah,
long they age their stuff for. So, um, but the great thing, everybody, they do all their stuff in house. So they produce, age, and bottle is done in Arizona at their
yeah,
distillery. So that props to them. That's not something that's easy to do.
yeah.
Um,
Not a lot of young whiskey companies like them do that. They just go ahead and say go the MGP route or something and get a source from another big distiller.
yeah, until
And
they build up some of their stock of
yeah,
their
yeah.
own. Yeah, yeah,
But and that's the easy and most cost effective way. So the fact
oh,
that
yeah,
they're starting ground up with their own, uh, hats off to them. And you know
yeah.
what? Hey, cheers.
Yeah,
Go ahead and
cheers, man.
get into it.
Yeah. Oh man, it's getting even stronger, that smell. Wow.
Okay. Yeah, I like this. For a rye, it is sweet, and I think that's the Maduro cask.
Oh wow.
Nice and warm. You get a little rice spice, but there's that sweet taste right when it hits your tongue.
Yeah. A little funk too. You get that little funk on your tongue, like I don't know what it is.
Let me
I'm gonna
see.
have to take another sip. Just a little bit of something, but it was good. Like it's got that sweet, the spice, and some kind of weird,
A little
right?
bit.
Something,
It's kind of
something. I wouldn't say weird. Something I'm not used to, and
yeah,
that might
yeah.
be the Madeira
I was gonna say it's
finishing.
very minute. It's not bad. It's I would definitely agree. It's something not quite used to.
Hmm.
But it took me a couple drinks to even notice it. The first time, the sweetness, and I think I told you that last year. Whenever I tried just a little bit, I said it's a sweet whiskey. So
Yeah, that's
especially
pretty
for a
good.
rye.
It
Oh
it
man, this feels really good. Just warming
it's
me up. It's nice and
it
chilly out. So
yeah, yeah. It's a little chilly in here too. It's cold. It's cold where you're at. I mean, comparison. But it's just a little chilly. I got the window open.
mm,
But no, it's a nice mouthfeel. Um, it definitely, I can tell. I feel like it's a little young, but I feel like, you get that uh like a little bit of tannin or something about the oak in the back end of the palate. It feels a little younger,
yeah,
but it's good. It's really good. Like
it does
I'm
have a younger feel, I would say. But I would say it almost has
I
an older taste to it.
I would agree with that, and I wonder if they age it in a smaller barrel.
Yeah,
I
they may.
wonder.
Honestly, you look at this color. This is great color.
When I was at the distillery, I feel like I remember seeing like the 35 gallon ones or like
Hmm.
some smaller ones, but then they
I
had
think you.
they had bigger ones too.
I think you
But
did say something about that after you went.
yeah,
So
because
that sounds familiar. Kind of lost some of
oh
the good smell I liked. So
yeah, dude, but it's super mapley. It's
that's
almost
what
like
it
a
is.
dude, it's like a maple syrup.
Yeah.
Right? Wow, that's literally like if you were to go and pour maple syrup with bourbon in it that was aged in bourbon.
Hmm.
That's what it smells like.
No.
Wow.
Cheers.
Cheers, man.
Wow. Very smooth with the water droplets.
Wow.
Sweeter too.
Yeah.
That one's
Good.
lost a little bit of the warmth. It's still there just a little bit, but
Yeah.
feels good. It's
Hmm.
like diluted, um, sweet. I would almost say you do
Wow.
get a maple syrup type taste to it, and then not so much anymore on the spice. Like I'm not getting much spice on that one.
A little bit, just a little tingle in the back for me, but
Hmm.
it's
Yeah, it's not as pronounced as without the water droplets.
definitely not. Definitely not. It's
Interesting.
man, this is a tough one. This is a unique tasting rye with this Madeira
Yeah, honestly,
cast
it's
finish.
not sipping like a rye.
Mm-mm. No.
So
I feel like God, it just smells so mapley. It's crazy. It smells, I mean, it smells good, but almost too sweet in a way.
yeah, yeah. I would say whenever I first added the water droplets, that alcohol really came through, and I was getting that maple syrup. But I almost like it without the water droplets on the smell end. Taste is tough. I like both. There's both things I really enjoy about it.
Hmm.
Um, I don't. I don't think one way is better than the other. I'll be honest. I think they have their same like same amount of faults and same amount of strengths, just slightly different when it comes to this one. So, um, yeah.
Yeah. So
Is it
on
your
your,
turn to go first?
Yeah, I brought us in. So, but on the nose, um, from their website, they basically just said bacon spice, cinnamon, and oak, which I didn't get any cinnamon really.
No,
Um,
I could see like a little bacon spice,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
especially without the water
And then they
droplets.
said on the, note, um, gingerbread, honeycomb, and then sweet cereal.
Hmm,
I mean, maybe a
interesting.
little, maybe the honeycomb is kind of like the maple, but to me, it was maple,
Yeah,
like
I'm
like a syrup. But
I'm right there with you.
um, really
Hmm.
good, man. I mean, freaking unique. Man.
Has a
So
good feel.
yeah,
Even swashing it around your mouth has a really nice feel.
well, it's a little bit more viscous or thick, right? Or like oil, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think. So I got a real question for you. This is in just a smidge category lower than um, ammunition
Ammunition.
rye that we
Right.
just reviewed, and it's a ammunition's a different cast finish. It's a Cabernet, right, or
Hmm.
something, right?
Um,
Or no, what was it? Pinot Noir.
yeah, I think it was Pinot Noir. I didn't write down the cast finish.
I'm pretty sure it was Pinot Noir.
Hmm.
I might be wrong, but whatever. It's a finished whiskey, a rye. Um,
Right.
it is. I don't know, dude. In my opinion, it might be better neat than that.
Okay.
I'm. I'm.
So
I'm. I don't know.
I think it's really close. Why don't you go ahead
I.
and give your score, and I'm going to give mine.
Sheesh. I don't remember what I gave um the other one, but I'll just. I think. Uh, I like this one. It's unique. I would say a solid 4 point. Nah, I would say 4.
4.4?
No, 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 like a 4.
Oh, 4?
It might be better.
Okay.
Maybe
So,
4.2.
okay. So I gave
I'm
it a
indecisive on this one.
4.2 with both ways, with and without the water droplets.
Okay.
I think it's really I think it's very good. Has a good
All right.
feel, good taste, sweet. Um, you want to know what we gave ammunition?
I think I'm gonna guess we gave it a 4.2.
Okay, so we gave ammunition with water droplets a 4.1. Without the water droplets, it was a 4.4. That's what we settled on. Or, yeah, we settled 4.4 because we were discussing how without the water droplets, it was just way better. And the
Okay.
water droplets killed it.
Okay.
Or not killed it, it just wasn't as good. But, anyways, I
Gotcha.
think this one is. I was hesitant. I was going back and forth from 4.2 to 4.3, so I was actually surprised you ended up lower than me. But I was like, I think this one's solid. Has a
Well, I mean, at
good,
the end of that,
sweet.
before you said your score, I was kind of like more towards a 4.2 actually.
Yeah, yeah. So I think
So
it's good
yeah,
at
I think it's a
4.2.
4.2. But you know
Yeah.
what, dude? I would love to do a blind. Well, I don't even know if we need to do a blind, but just have the two right next to each other and you know
Yeah.
try them. But yeah, I think they're very close. Especially the price because ammunition's gone up a little bit, $38
Yeah, and
on
that's the
average.
thing that sucks. Ammunition's price gone up. I wish Sacred Stave I could get out here. I need to start asking, see if they could start talk to their distributors. So
Yeah, I mean, and like I was telling you earlier, if you buy Sacred this bottle at Total Wine and More, it's 29.99 or 27.99.
99, which is
That's a pretty
great.
damn good price,
This is
everybody.
for the price. I think that's gosh, that's a hell of a steal. This
Yeah.
sits like a
Uh,
40 something dollar bottle. So
Yeah, I like it. I think it's unique. It has a unique characteristic to it that I actually do like. The smell was kind
Yeah,
of a little off for me in the beginning, and then it once you get it in the glass, let it sit a little bit, it really
yeah.
turned around. So everybody keep that as a note to like let it sit in a glass for about 5, 10 minutes, swirl it around in there, and then take another smell because it did change quite a bit.
Which I'm not gonna lie, I should pour it into just a normal whiskey glass. Um, see how it
Yeah.
is. But all right, everybody, we got whiskey and coke coming up. I'm I'm a little hesitant because with
Yeah.
ryes, I'm not a fan of ryes with coke. So
We haven't actually had a really good one, and I don't think we've ever had a really good scoring rye and
no, they're
Coke.
just it flattens the coke. We found out.
A lot of times it does. I think there was only, I can't remember the whiskey, but I remember having a rye and a Coke, and it was really surprising. But it was just a random one that I had, like,
Yeah, I think
and
you
I,
told me about that because
yeah. But
we've
most
been
of the
talking
time,
about the rise and coke just
yeah.
for a
But we're
while.
gonna keep going. We're gonna keep trying it, everybody.
Yeah, because
Um,
who knows? This one could surprise us.
Shit, there might be
And
one. Yeah, there might
so,
be one that just blows our mind and we're like fucking Coke and rye
yeah,
whiskey, this whiskey.
because I'm not going to lie, I was thinking about switching it up. Like, I was like, fuck, I don't want to do a rye and coke.
I thought the same thing tonight.
But I was like, you know what? It was right before I called you. I was like, you know what? Do it. I'm going to do it. We're going to do it. I'm sure Cody's already ready, but I was like, we're just going to do it because this could be one that surprises us. Who knows? We never know. So,
Yeah.
but I'm
All
kind
right,
of
man.
going into it with a sour taste
I
already,
know.
unfortunately. So,
Yeah.
all right, everybody, we'll be right back. We're going to go pour our whiskey and coke. All right, everybody, we're back with our whiskey and coke here. So, man, we were just talking before we came back. Very frothy on this one. So, sometimes it's a good sign that it's going to not be so flat, but we've been fooled before. So,
We've been fooled before. So this is the SanTan uh Sacred
sacred.
Staves Rye, everybody.
Yeah.
So
Hey, cheers.
uh yeah, cheers, everyone. Dude, I have a foam mustache.
Yeah.
Okay. So my first sip, I'm gonna try it again here. It was pretty good.
Yeah. Okay.
Man, it's so frothy.
Mm-hmm. It's like a
It's
root
not
beer float. It's like right in the.
it's not
Okay.
bad.
I'm getting that whiskey sweetness we were getting without the Coke
Uh-huh.
with the Coke. Um, the Coke isn't flat.
No,
Oh no, it's not bad.
that's not bad. It's not bad. It's
So
just different though. It's really
yeah,
different.
yeah. You know what it is? It's that flavor you were saying earlier that's just different to us. I think it's coming through with this whiskey and Coke,
Yeah.
whatever that is.
It's that
Because
Madeira
honestly,
finish, dude.
yeah, no, it has a pretty good flavor. It's not the best whiskey and Coke I've had, but this is pretty solid.
Yeah, it ain't
So
bad. I feel like it has a little like I think that little bit of bitter to it in a little bit in a sense too.
it has a little bitterness to it. I agree with that. The aftertaste and everything,
That's what
not the
I
greatest,
the
but
aftertaste, yeah.
um, it's almost sour. But I won't even
Yep.
say it's like that bad, but it's just there.
Yeah, there's like a
Um,
little sourness on the back of your tongue. It's
yeah,
kind of just but nothing crazy. It's good. It's actually not bad. One of the better ryes that we've done
yeah,
in Coke, I would say,
I agree with that. And honestly, I'm
actually.
glad we did it. I was
Yeah.
very hesitant, and so far it's surprised me. Um, I wouldn't mind drinking this one again, whiskey and Coke.
Yeah.
Um,
I would do it
but
again too.
I'll be
Especially
honest,
at the
best way
price.
so far is neat. I really enjoy neat. So,
This could be a killer old fashioned if that those some of those good flavors come through. It could be either totally terrible or it might be killer. So,
You know, I was just thinking that. I was like, man, I bet, I bet this is going to make a hell of an old fashioned.
mhm.
Um, I'm really curious how it is neat. I'm really hoping it holds its flavors very well. It just
You
comes
mean on
out
the rocks?
swinging, or on the rocks. Sorry,
Yeah,
I keep doing that. Yeah, on the rocks. I just hope
I
it
do
holds
it
its
too.
flavor very well. So, yeah.
Yeah, man,
All
it's
right.
pretty solid, man.
I'm going to
What you
go ahead
thinking
and
here?
give my score. Let me give one more drink. Make sure, because we're about 5 minutes into drinking this. It's holding. Honestly, it's almost getting a little better.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, the sourness on the back end is kind of going away.
Mm,
So that
yeah,
is a plus side. As you drink it,
it's, it's washing
slightly
away.
getting
Yeah,
better. And that could be just getting watered down with the ice and everything. But man, yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and give it a 4.0. It could be a little higher, but I think a 4.0 is solid for this one.
yeah. That's what I gave it. Um,
Man, yeah, honestly, as you drink on this,
yeah,
it kind of
I
gets better. I want to give it more.
wouldn't be as opposed to 4.1 even, but
Yeah.
four is good too.
You know what? Let's give it like 3 more minutes. And if we change our mind, we bump it up to a 4.1. So, because so far as it's been sitting, it's about 6 minutes now. It's gotten better.
Yeah,
So, probably
for
a
sure.
total of sitting in there, probably 8 to 9 minutes. So,
Hmm. Yeah,
that's
yeah. It's good. I got definitely some props going down there to SanTan Spirits. I
dude, they started off rocky. I'll never forget that. They
oh
started
yeah,
off very
that's
rocky with
right.
the
You know
American
what's
whiskey.
crazy? Their American whiskey, the one I didn't bring, I wanted to bring that back for us because when I tried it, like a, that was a while ago, dude. That was like when
Yeah.
you bought your house, right?
Yeah,
And
no,
I
it was
had,
like when we first moved in.
but I held it for a year before that. I like didn't open it,
Yeah,
remember?
yeah,
So it was a year before you bought your house, and I brought it to Arkansas. And because I was stoked, I was like, dude, this is a cool looking bottles. You know, I was just excited to try it. And
yeah,
it was one of the worst whiskeys to this day that I've ever had. And maybe it was just a bad bottle
yeah.
or
Bad
just a
batch.
bad batch, or maybe I had it, I don't know, maybe it was in the sun or hot for too long somehow. I don't know. But I remember it was in my room, but it did go on the plane,
Yeah, I
you
don't
know, and
think
all
all
that.
that affects it that much.
Yeah.
But the American whiskey from Sacred Stave, I'm gonna chalk it up to
Now,
maybe a bad batch.
yeah,
Um,
because when I went to the distillery, dude, it was good. Because
yeah, you were telling me that. So,
yeah,
um, but yeah, man, that whiskey. So guys, if you go back listen to some of our first episodes, we talked about that whiskey, and we didn't even give
we didn't
a name to
we
it
didn't
because
name
it
it
was yeah,
because we
but
didn't
we
want to do
said it.
yeah, we didn't want to do a disservice. Because so we didn't name it, but now we can name it, and now we can say, their stuff is way better.
Yeah,
That whiskey's way better than it was. And again, maybe it was a bad ball. Who knows? But
yeah. I think it was a bad bottle, bad batch, whatever. For that American whiskey, would love to try it again.
yeah,
So far with this Sacred Stave rye, I'm impressed. 4.2
not
solid, neat. And honestly, I'm going to go ahead on my end, bump it up to a 4.1. What do you think? It's getting better, as I said.
yeah, I'm good with that. I'm good. 4.1
I
everybody.
know we're splitting the hairs, but man,
I think it deserves it.
yeah, it's one of our better Rise and Coke. I will
Yeah.
say
And
that.
at this price point, it's great,
Yeah,
too. So um what was I gonna say? I kind of forgot what I was gonna say, but yeah, solid whiskey so far, everybody.
yeah,
We're excited to try it on the rocks next. Oh, that's what I was gonna say. I had the bourbon on the rocks the other night on Wednesday
Yeah.
because I
Okay.
still have some left of it. And man, it was good. It was really good on the rocks.
Yeah.
I was like, I like this on the rocks. So I don't remember what we scored it back then when because we did that a little while back.
Yeah.
But it was good. It was solid. So
Yeah.
on the rocks. Anyways,
All righty. You know what, everybody? We are going to go ahead and go get our SanTan Sacred Stave on the rocks here.
yeah,
Um,
excited about
just kind
that.
of run over the scores. Already kind of did, but 4.2 neat and then 4.1 Coke. So far, very solid rye. Definitely recommend it thus far. And if you're in Arizona, California, um, check out their website. I think they have a spot to where to buy. Um, I gotta look again, but I know it's not out here in Arkansas yet. But hopefully one
I
day.
can't get in
But
California either. Yeah.
oh, you can't. Oh, okay, it's just in
No.
Arizona. I'm
Yeah, I
sure
believe
other
so.
states. I'm sure it's probably in another state.
It might be,
Um,
yeah. I'm not sure though.
but grab yourself a bottle and let us know what you think. And you know what? Let's go pour our whiskey on the rocks.
Yeah, man. Let's do it.
Hey, everybody, welcome back. We have our Sacred Stave Rye on the rocks here. So,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm ready for this one.
Ooh, very
Has a,
botanical,
yeah,
almost
um,
like grass. Like if you were to imagine like kind of cut grass or something,
yeah,
right?
nice fresh cut grass. Yeah,
Yeah. Oh,
it's
wow.
that rye, man. Yeah, that's a
Yeah,
good smell.
that's a good smell.
All right, but hey, cheers.
Cheers, bro. Wow. That was a lot of flavor.
Wow,
Man, it's got
that
it's almost like a licorice.
yeah, um, there's a lot of flavor on this. Surprisingly, it did not get watered down.
You know what's funny? You know Jaeger?
Mm-hmm.
Tastes like Jaeger almost.
That I
Or
can see a little hint of that.
like just like
Um,
a hint, not like a
yeah,
lot, everybody. Just like
yeah,
like a like a black licorice Jaeger type
yeah.
esque.
Definitely get that
Um,
rye. It's nice and warm. Um,
yeah, wow. Interesting.
so it's very it's kind of insane how warm it is being on the yeah on the rocks. Then again, this is
Yeah.
my first drink of the night, so
Yeah. This is not my first. I had a couple sips on the neat, so it's not that big of a deal.
yeah. I should have
Um,
had it neat
it really makes a difference, dude,
beforehand.
when you like have a couple sips before you
Hmm.
do it. Makes a huge difference. Because
Yeah, I meant to actually.
normally I don't pour any whiskeys before we do the podcast, but it was so late. I was like, God, I need something to sip on, you know.
Yeah,
Um,
that's how we were. That's how I was getting just sitting there. We were watching that new movie Painkillers on Netflix
I
or
haven't
Pain
seen that.
Hustlers. It's with Emily Blunt and Chris Evans.
I haven't
It's a pretty
seen the
good one.
previews for that.
Yeah, so it's them selling pharmaceutical drugs and shit. So it's really good. And
Okay.
then the other night we
Oh,
watched that.
I think I know what you're talking about now.
Yeah, and then the other night we did watch um, The Killer with Michael Fassbender. Is that his name? Is that who it is? Yeah,
Ooh, I think
and
I was gonna watch that.
it's really good. It's a very unique kind of style because he narrates for a good portion and
Hmm,
everything because he's like very disciplined hitman kind of thing. So,
okay.
but it was good. Michaela actually enjoyed it, even though she didn't even finish it. She fell asleep, but she was like the next day, "Oh, how'd that movie end? How'd that movie end?" So
Yeah,
we'll probably end up finishing it.
that's cool. That's when you know the wife likes it when they're asking about it.
Yeah. Wow. Honestly, this is an easy sipper. I'm already almost done with it. Just pour a dash more. I thought I poured a lot.
Man, it's so different though from the neat.
It is. It's like a different drink.
It's literally everybody. It's like literally a different whiskey. Like most whiskeys on the rocks have similarities, but this one, I feel like it's totally different whiskey.
It is. I do enjoy the smell. The smell is pretty similar, but I
Yeah.
think the smell is probably the best part for me right now.
Uh, I gotta write
Mm.
down something here.
Actually, yeah, that's an easy sipper after that first drink.
Yeah.
Um, Something I am kind of noticing. How's your ice?
Um, it's not bad.
It's not
It's
like
it's getting
fast,
chewed.
but
It's getting chewed up, but it's not like super fast.
yeah, there's just like little ripples in the ice, but my ice is still very solid. So,
Yeah, same with mine. Yeah. Oh no, the more I drink, I don't like it as much.
mm, it kind of has a weird aftertaste.
Yeah.
But I enjoy
Kind
the
of.
smell. The smell's very nice.
Yeah, the smell is definitely nice. I just don't know if I like the taste of it now as much.
Yeah, it's kind of fallen short, losing some of the flavor. Leaves a weird aftertaste.
Yeah.
Like the
Almost like
flavors I like are gone.
yeah.
Um, the ones like that could go away are kind of there still, but I don't know. It's kind of getting flat, like falling flat.
Yeah, it's also getting like that weird aftertaste is like bitter
Hmm.
on your tongue towards the end there.
It is a very easy sipper up until this last little bit where it is getting more bitter on that aftertaste. Because
Yeah.
before I was drinking it fairly quick. Now
Yeah,
it's
like
getting
it
sad.
was better definitely in the beginning. Like as soon as
Yeah.
like the first minute or two,
Yeah.
and then now it's like, hmm, okay, it's little wonky.
Yeah. Hey, so I did another cocktail college last night. Um,
Oh, awesome,
so
dude.
that was actually pretty cool. I grabbed the cards on what we did, and I think you would like the. I'll just tell you what it is. So the first one we did was a Ward 8, and it's 2 ounces bourbon, quarter ounce lemon juice, half an ounce of orange juice, dash of grenadine, and a dash of simple syrup over ice, and you shake
Mm,
it.
yeah, that sounds
Pretty
good.
good. I definitely think definitely more of a you know summer drink for sure. And if you do the concentrate on the lemon juice, just always go last, guys. That's like been my biggest thing finding out using the concentrated lemon juice that you buy already
Yeah.
already done. But if you squeeze it yourself, follow that quarter ounce to the T. Um,
Yeah.
and cool thing with the grenadine, I liked shaking it with it, but at the very end, so don't pour as much whenever you go to shake it, but add a little bit more on top, and it will create that nice like ring around the glass if you do it right. And it'll just kind of flow down the glass, which will be cool. So Ward 8,
Okay.
very good. And then we did a unique old fashioned. She had us add club soda to it.
Mm-hmm.
Not a big fan of that, but she did have the sugar cubes, and she had us try the black walnut bitters.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't wait to actually try this in the old fashioned because what I said, I think the black walnut bitters deserves a rye whiskey, not a bourbon.
Okay.
Because I think the spice will help counteract that. But the black walnut had a unique flavor, and everything else. It did kind of overpower the drink because we dashed it over the sugar cube. Um,
Yeah,
but all around, very good old fashioned. And now I know where to get sugar cubes from. So go up there and get them and start making it the traditional way more often. Um, but yeah, so
that's cool, dude.
that
You had a
one,
good
and then
good time.
yeah, and then the last one was definitely a dessert, dude. I recommend making it during the winter, like holiday time. This would be a good one to break out for Thanksgiving or even Christmas. It's a 1 ounce brandy, 1 ounce of creme de coca, um, and then 1 ounce heavy cream. And she had us garnish with a nutmeg, but I would almost do like a chocolate shaving or even a cinnamon would be good over it. Um, but you pour all the ingredients and you shake it and then strain it to a glass. It was really good. It was a dessert, dude. So, and
Brandy, huh?
honestly, yeah. So I would rather drink that over like eggnog. So I'm probably gonna make that for the holiday season here.
Yeah, I'm not too big of an eggnog person.
Yeah, I'm not. But
Yeah.
seriously, I- I'll shoot a picture of this and send it to you. I think you should try it. Maybe Thanksgiving and Christmas, dude. It's really good.
Yeah, that'd be sweet, dude. Sounds like
Um,
pretty solid drink.
yeah. So, all right, that was enough about the cocktail college, but it was really good. We're gonna go to another one. So
Nice.
it's she kind of goes in depth on the history, which is cool on the cocktails, and she even makes her own cocktails, and um, also I showed her the flame with the orange. She thought that was kind of cool, so she never never done that, and I showed the class and everything. So shout out our podcast too. So,
Yeah. Hell yeah.
but yeah. Anyways, what are you thinking for this on the rocks? I guess it's my turn, but
Um, at the end there, I was pretty bummed out.
yeah. So I'll go ahead and give my score. I gave it a 3.7, but that was kind of I wrote that down before I even finished it. I could almost see it going down to a 3.5, but the initial taste was good, but the smell definitely is
Bro,
the thing that
bro, I don't know if you can see my scores, but I went from the beginning, I went from a 3.8
yeah.
to a 3.6 to a 3.5.
Yeah, honestly, I think it's a 3.5,
Yeah.
unfortunately.
Yeah. It just
Because you're not
it
going to
kept
drink
falling
it that
off.
fast. Yeah.
No, it just
Like
kept
I
getting
did at
worse.
first, but as soon as I added more and let it sit, it just did not sit well. So,
Not with like not with my palate, and I guess not with yours. I mean, I just didn't like the progression of the whiskey in the ice. It just kept getting more bitter, and all the tastes that you really aren't a fan, like I'm not a fan of, started
yeah.
coming out. So yeah.
Yeah.
So
No, I agree.
3.5, everybody. That's
Yeah.
where we're at there on the rocks for sure.
Um, honestly, I'm excited about the old fashioned. Um,
I
that was
know.
the one thing I've been looking forward to for this one. I think the flavors that we discussed with neat and even with Coke, I think it's gonna hold up very nice. Knock on wood. I really hope it does. So
I hope so too, because it let me down right here.
yeah.
I thought it was going to be good
So
better.
yeah, I really I was thinking to do it better on the rocks, but
Yeah.
unfortunately, it's not how it played out. But
This
if you guys could
is
get this bottle,
exactly why we do this.
yes, yeah. Let's go pour the old fashioned, and we'll talk more on why we do it this way. And
Yeah.
I had some good conversations with people whenever I was sharing our podcast and talking to them about it. So,
That's awesome,
all
dude.
right.
All right. All right, everybody. We're back with our old fashioned here. So Sacred Staves, rye
Yeah.
whiskey. So
Hey,
I don't know,
cheers.
man. Cheers, man.
Mine has a great smell. Really, I really like that. It's not too citrusy.
Ooh, wow. That is different, man. Weird. Isn't that weird, bro? It's so different.
Huh.
Hmm.
Definitely not what I was expecting.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Interesting. Hmm.
It almost, probably because it's fresh in my brain from last night, but it almost has like a nutmeg taste.
Mm-hmm. Something. Let me try it again here.
Hmm.
Almost a weird, it's kind of weird. Almost like cola taste.
Yeah, I get just that. It's not even a rice spice I'm getting it, but it's a spice. And
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
It's almost like if you were to make an old fashioned with a little bit of Jaeger in it.
Back to the licorice.
Like, yeah, like if you were to put like a quarter ounce or a half
Yeah.
ounce of Jaeger in there. That's what it tastes like to me. I don't know. That's what I keep picking up, just that black licorice.
Yeah.
And and
That's
also
interesting.
and also the like very grassy, like
Yeah.
grass, which is pretty common for like an for some ryes to have that kind of like
Yeah.
really, but I've never had it on the palate so much. More maybe on the
Yeah.
smell, but not on the palate as much. So it's
Yeah.
kind of it's transitioning to the palate, which I don't know if I'm a fan of that. I like the
Yeah.
smell, but
Smells great.
I don't know if I like the that on the palate too. No.
Yeah. I go back and forth. Like, it's like I want to like it, and there's things I like, and they're like, I don't know. It's hard because then I don't know. The aftertaste is not there. It has it's just a weird spice and taste and aftertaste, and the aftertaste just kind of lingers. It's not even bad. It's just like lingers way too long. So,
Yeah.
but it's like not like a good aftertaste, but it's like it's not bad either.
I was just gonna say that it's not a good aftertaste. It's like a like semi good, like but not good, like
Yeah.
middle of the road kind of taste to it. I feel like it's yeah,
I
damn.
would say the middle part of the drink is probably the my favorite because the initial taste I don't like,
Hmm.
and the finish I don't like. I'm not a fan of either. It's the middle part I like. I think that's why it's throwing me off. It's just
There's like
yeah,
good sweetness right in the middle, and then it's like
yeah. It's like a second and a half, 2 seconds max, and
yeah.
then it goes away, and you get this weird bitter. I would agree with like a licorice
Hmm.
taste that sits on the back, and then the initial taste, it's I think it's that kind of nutmeg spice that I'm getting.
Okay. Yeah.
There's a lot of flavor to it, like different flavors going on. I think that's
Yeah.
why it's
I
throwing
mean,
us off.
there is a lot of flavors going on, which may some people may like, but for a traditional or like an old fashioned kind of thing, I'm not digging it for my old fashioned.
No, no. Honestly,
But
I got some. I could do a Manhattan with this. I should try a Manhattan.
it might be better in a Manhattan, actually.
Yeah. So
It has,
I may try that. So
yeah.
that's Yeah, you know what? I should do that. All right,
Yeah, you should do that.
probably do that
Maybe on a
tomorrow.
side thing tomorrow. Post it
Yeah.
on Instagram for everybody. But
Yeah.
well,
Sacred
we're
Stave Rye. I really enjoy it. Neat. That's the
yeah,
way to
dude, it was
drink.
super good and eat.
And surprisingly, Coke wasn't bad either. So
Yeah, Coke was surprisingly did well. You know
yeah,
how we're talking about how Coke doesn't normally do well, and with Rise, it actually did
yeah,
decent. It got a
yeah. This
4.1 in
one,
Rye. So
yeah. So the
um,
first two ways were the best. I really thought it was going to come through on the old fashioned. Let's go ahead and what are you thinking on this old fashioned? I already wrote down my
um,
score.
I put down a 3.3. That's
Okay,
pretty low.
yeah, I did a 3.5. Um,
Yeah,
so I don't mind settling 3.4.
3.4 on it. Okay, yeah, that's
Yeah.
good. Yeah.
Um, yeah. It. Yeah. There's just those two. So with the three parts of trying it, um, like I already said, the initial taste I'm not a big fan of, and then in the middle it's like it wants to be good. There's something there, but it only lasts like a second and a half, and then the third, that
Yeah.
finish is just, it, yeah. So
It doesn't even smell that good in the old fashioned either.
see, I thought it had a great
I
smell,
mean,
but
it smells all right.
as it sat, it's so the initial smell was great. I thought
Damn.
so.
I was hoping this was going to be great in old fashioned.
Me too.
Bummed me
I,
out. So,
I was too.
everybody, I'm gonna go over the scores real quick, and then Robbie's gonna give us the total. So 4.2 neat, 4.1 in Coke. On the rocks, it got a 3.5, so it's dropping off. And then old fashioned 3.4. So the lowest score is old fashioned for this whiskey, unfortunately, for
Yeah.
this rye. Sacred Staves, though, I mean, really good distillery. Everybody, go check them out. This whiskey's, I think, aged 2 years or a year. Really
Yeah.
not aged too long, from what I read. I don't quote me on that, but I think that's what they're aged for. But you know, really cool distillery. If you're in Arizona, go check them out. Go support them. Um,
Yeah.
they have a bunch of
And
different other bottles. So
yeah, and for all you, you know, traditional whiskey fans that just drink it neat, this one's for you. I would say like this is a pretty good rye. Um,
yeah,
I enjoyed
pretty,
it neat.
especially for the price. Everybody,
Yeah,
$30, give or take, taxes and everything, but
yeah.
not bad.
So Cody went over the final scores, and with that being said, it ended up at being a 3.775, which will round up to a 3.8. So and it's really unfortunate that it's that overall score, but I don't know. Neat is the way to drink it for sure, and
Yeah,
that 3.8 score does not. You know, I think neat just kicks the shit out of that. But fortunately, with the rocks and old fashioned, it's off. There's just something off with it for me. So
agreed. Yeah, it just wasn't our traditional jam that we like um, with the on the rocks and on the old fashioned. So, but good overall. I mean, as far as being on neat, and even Coke was pretty decent with this one if you wanted to throw
mhm.
in Coke, but neat is definitely the way. Uh, yeah, man.
Yeah.
So,
Well,
what
with all
else you
that
drinking
being
tonight?
honestly, I don't know. Oh, I got some early times. Let me show you my
Mm,
decanter. So you know the skull vodka that you see with the
yeah,
skull
yeah.
head. So I changed it into my decanter.
Oh, cool.
So
That's bitching.
this part, um, the cork came
Yeah.
apart, so I glued that today, and seems to be going good. Since I had it compressed, with the clamp, I didn't want to push it all the way in again. I wanted it to kind of flatten back out, not be so, which I think it's done now. But
That's cool. Looks good.
yeah, I thought it was a pretty cool decanter. I've been wanting to do it. It's been sitting in my freaking closet. I was like, you know what? Let's do it. I had the early
Yeah.
times over my hunting trip, which I'll have to go over with you. But that was a fun one, man. It,
Yeah. You told me a little bit about it. Good times.
yeah, um, got my first deer, so I'm pretty stoked about that. Got some deer meat in the freezer right there. Hamburger meat, some roasts and sirloins and back straps. So
Nice.
got,
Nice.
I want to get another deer. I'm hoping to go out maybe Monday morning since I'm off and do a little hunting. Hopefully, get one more deer. So,
All right, everybody. That's gonna wrap up this episode. But yeah, throw out some likes, some check out uh what our Instagram and
yeah, message us
give
on
us
Instagram.
yeah, throw some
Some
messages.
recommendations. Um, but yeah, if you want to get a hold of us, that's the best way right now. We'll work on that, but Instagram is definitely the best way. So leave a comment, let us know what you like, dislike, and you know
Good
what?
vibes,
We'll grab
everybody.
grab yourself a bottle of Sacred Stave Rye. Cheers.
Cheers, everybody.